Number 1. Why does anything exist at all? The problem with this question is that it assumes that for anything to exist, it means that it has a purpose. That's not true. We don't know that. For example, what purpose does a rock have? We know how a rock gets formed, but what is actually the purpose of a rock? Now, we can like make a purpose for the rock, you know, use it for make it into a weapon. Then we made a purpose for it, but it's not like it came to existence for a purpose. So not a very good question. Number 2, why is the universe so complex? Well, complexity, that's relative. It might be really complex to you, but maybe I don't think it's so complex. I think it could have been more complex, you know. Number 3, why do most humans claim to have spiritual experiences of some nature? Because those humans don't understand what is really happening to them. And because they're desperate for answers, they will claim that it was something supernatural. And because they're lazy. Number 4, why do humans have a sense of objective morality? Well, this does not apply to all humans, but a lot of people feel that hurting someone is wrong. At least under some circumstances. When you're really angry, you will not think that hurting someone is wrong. It will feel good until you stop being angry. But anyway, but as I said, this does not apply to everyone, because there are people who think it's okay to kill people. They're called serial killers. And the mafia. And stuff like Muslims. They think it's okay to kill people. So we can pretty much conclude that morality is subjective. Number 5, why do humans have emotions? Okay, first I'm just gonna assume that we can all agree that emotions like anger, fear or panic, love, lust, those 3 have survival purposes. And then of course, for example, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. You know, we do stuff for each other, so you know, we share, or whatever you want to call it. That's also a survival purpose. Okay, can we all agree on that? Okay. But then we can also do things that are totally reckless. You know, we can endanger our own lives for our own amusement. We can sacrifice ourselves to save someone else. So where does the survival purpose come there? My thought is, and I came up with this when I watched Richard Dawkins' documentary on Charles Darwin. And at the end of the documentary they start talking about the selfish gene. Immediately I started thinking about Terminator. Now, the selfish gene is the thing that created our bodies and our minds. It gave us all of these functions, so the selfish gene would have a better chance of survival. Okay? Now, think of the selfish gene as the humans, the humans in Terminator, and then us, you know, our minds, you know, is Skynet. The humans program Skynet to defend the people. Skynet, however, realize it has been programmed to defend them. It becomes self-aware. It knows it exists. It knows that it was just programmed to do these things. And since it knows this, it can choose not to follow them. It can choose to do whatever it wants. And that is what happens. Now, I think that's how we are. And I can be really wrong about that. And I hope someone corrects me if I am. But I don't know, it sounds really logical in my head. Number 6, why do humans think that their lives have meaning? again, this does not apply to all humans, and those people, they commit suicide or they become emos. Well, those are really people who pretend that they don't have lives just to get some attention. But I'm not really sure why people think that their lives have meaning. It might be the selfish gene again. Number 7. Why are there 4 people saying Jesus Christ rose from the dead, giving hundreds of eyewitnesses to support it if it didn't really happen? Oh, come on. Use that logic on a lot of other things. How many things becomes true if that is a valid argument? Just because people say that it's true, it should make it true. Come on. 8. Why would the disciples die for something they knew to be false? Okay, if we're gonna assume that the disciples existed, then maybe they didn't think it was false, maybe they thought it was true. You know, have you ever heard of suicide cults? They strongly believe in something, and that if they kill themselves, they are gonna get what they believe at, you know. Does that make it true? Whatever this fucking cult believed in? No. God, it was a fucking stupid question. Number 9. Why doesn't Rick Heel of the band Sonic Flood have any traces of Crohn's disease anymore? A disease that has no cure. I don't know. I don't know what that disease is, and I don't want to look it up. I'm too lazy. 10. Why does Christianity have such an effect on the morality of converts? Maybe because the people who are converting had a different set of morals before they become Christians, and Christians teaches a specific set of morals. So those converting people, their morals are gonna change to fit the Christianity morals. That might be why. Number 11. Why do good things happen to good people? Oh my god, what a fucking stupid question. That's just opinion, okay? Maybe I think that it's something bad that is happening to good people, or it is something good happening to bad people, or something bad is happening to bad people. So, very stupid fucking question. Number 12. Why does music have such an effect on the emotions and desires of humans, since it has no atheistic benefit? Okay, let's just begin with the first part of that question. Actually, I don't know why music has an effect on us. Since it has no atheistic benefit, what the fuck does that mean? Since it has no not believing in God benefit? No, it doesn't fucking make sense to me. Okay, 13. Why aren't there any organizations fighting hunger in Africa in the name of atheism? Because that wouldn't make any fucking sense. In the name of not believing in a God, here's some food and money. I hope you're not implying that atheists don't contribute to charities. Because if you're implying that, you're the biggest fucking douche ever. You know, just look at Sweden. The majority here are atheists. And I believe that, you know, considering our economy, we are giving away, you know, pretty much in charity every year. But we don't do it in the name of atheism, because that wouldn't make any fucking sense. And now he lists a bunch of fucking verses that it supposedly gives away some scientific knowledge. But I can just name some. Atoms are described in Hebrews 11:3. I don't know how you say those. What is it? 11 verse 3, or is it verse 11:3? I'm just gonna say the fucking numbers. Radio waves described, Job 38:35, states that blood is the source of life, Leviticus 17:11, instructs people to wash in running water, Leviticus 15:13. Blah blah blah. And he ends it with this. In spite of this, they kept on sinning. In spite of his wonders, they did not believe. Well, that's because all the wonders are just explained in a book for us and not actually shown to us so we can experience it firsthand. We're just expected to believe whatever it's written in this book. Okay, that was Aaronk1994's channel description. Not all of it, but I didn't want to do all of it. Now, I can only hope that we made Aaronk cry a little, because ultimately that's my goal, to make him so psychologically damaged as possible until the day comes when he commits suicide using lubricant and a cactus. Bye, and thank God I live in Sweden.